Yo, Rocco B, Scotty G, highly explicit NFL podcast. We're back, episode 34. Holy shit, we're back, baby. This is Rocco B from Louisville, Kentucky, hitting you hard today after week 6 in the NFL and in California. Hey, my boy, Scotty G.
How you doing?
Oh, Scotty, what a week. Some fucking surprises. I kicked ass in the picks. You didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, you did. You did great in the picks this week, dude. I don't know what's going on with these NFL teams, man. I really still don't know who's what. There's so many question marks. You think you know a team and then you don't. I mean, that's the beauty of the NFL. I get it, but usually it's a little bit more clear cut than this. Every fucking week, it's like a whole different team I'm seeing in these games, man.
Well, I was a huge fan when I was growing up. Was a huge fan even a couple years ago of professional wrestling, and as we all know, that is scripted, predetermined, and all for entertainment. I'm starting to feel like the NFL is getting that way if it hasn't been for a long time, but
boy.
That's where it's going. So that's why you can't tell, because it just depends on how Vegas is doing. Depends on how the fucking sharps are doing, how the fucking big bettors are doing. But be that as it may, we still love watching the game, and it is still football for now, until the next couple of years where we turn into fucking the pussified football league as it's going to become very soon. But I want to get to this, Scotty. You want to talk about pussified? You want to talk about being completely off the beaten path of what it should be? I don't know. Do you remember when Sports Illustrated used to be the tip top? You remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I never was a big Sports Illustrated guy, but I understand the credibility it carried at one point, yes.
Well, the credibility's fucking shot now, because I think anybody, their mother and their father and the kids, can fucking write for Sports Illustrated now. There's a guy on there, his name is Connor Orr, and he is one of the fucking many writers on Sports Illustrated that I don't even know how the fuck they have a job writing, let alone writing for Sports Illustrated, what used to be the king of fucking sports journalism, if you will. He's got an article today.
Good word, journalism.
Thank you. He's got a good word today, an article today that says the Giants should trade Saquon Barkley, and Dave Gettleman, the general manager who we all know and love.
Sucks. He's terrible. Yeah,
the worst GM of the league, says has to work his magic. It's time for him to work his magic. Scotty, in the article, of course, goes into, how about Andrew Thomas, this offensive lineman, is a budding star, and Saquon now is the biggest value piece for them to fucking trade. And Dave Gettleman's such a fucking brilliant GM that now it's time for him to get out of his shell this year and start making the moves like he did in the past that was so fucking great, right? Oh, Scotty. And I know we got a lot of Giants fans listening here, so I would love to find out from them what they really love about Gettleman and what they think that this team should do this season. This fucking guy, Connor Orr, who's a joke, says that Gettleman should get rid of Saquon and he should basically just, like I said, work his magic and get this Giants team back on track. That Dallas is 5-1, they're 1-5.
I'm assuming you disagree with this statement.
Does anybody fucking remember? Does anybody remember Gettleman? This is the same guy who traded Odell Beckham Jr., their first-round pick, 12th overall in 2014. The first year when he got back, he fucking signs him to a $118 trillion deal and says he's a big piece of our fucking team. There's no way we're getting rid of him. Bada boom, bada bang. They traded him out, right? First-round pick. Now, you're going to tell me that he drafts Saquon in his first draft, coming back to the Giants as a GM in 2018 with the second overall pick. They took a running back, second overall in the fucking current age of the NFL, running back that high. I know Saquon was fantastic. I know Zeke was fantastic, and he went fourth a couple years before that. But you just don't do that. Now, you're going to tell me that 4 years later, you're going to now trade him and say, these first-round picks that we draft that are supposed to be on our team for 10, 15, 20 fucking years, we're just going to keep getting rid of them, right? Because we made such a great decision to draft them with that capital, just like you did with DeAndre Baker and Andrew Thomas. I can go on for fucking hours about how badly Gettleman has treated the Giants and their Giants fans. But now you're going to trade Saquon? The fucking one guy that gets asses in the seats at MetLife Stadium right now, that's the guy you want to trade? Give me a fucking break.
I would trade him. The guy can't stay healthy. The guy can't be on the field. He's not available. He's really honestly, I don't even think he's that good. Personally, I think The guy, he gets no yards, or 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, and then a 70, 80-yard run. And yeah, that's great to get that. I'd rather you bang out 5, 6 yards a clip, not get me one 70, 80-yard run. Because at the end of the day, you look at his stats, and it's like, okay, the guy had 100 yards rushing and 4 receptions. Man, he had a good day. And then you're like, whoa, well, he had an 80, he ran the ball 40 times and had an 82-yard fucking pop-off. It's like, wait, what?
Scotty, this is really not an indictment per se on Saquon Barkley. This is an indictment on the fact that you draft these guys. You're supposed to draft
I get it.
A first-round pick to
I get it. Gettleman sucks. I get it.
To be there for 2-3 contracts. These fucking guys are barely seeing the second contract. Saquon, if they trade him now, he's not going to see a second contract. It doesn't make sense for Gettleman to still be there. And this fucking guy, Connor,
that's a different argument.
Writing an article about him working his magic. What kind of fucking magic has Gettleman worked? Nothing. He's worked nothing. He got rid of Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon, who's a pass rusher, who's probably the second most valuable piece of the team now besides quarterback in the NFL. Got rid of him for a fucking safety in Jabril Peppers. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, was fucking 35 years old when he traded for him, and one first-round pick. I mean, it's absolutely absurd, this fucking guy writing for Sports Illustrated talking about Gettleman's got to work his magic. Give me a break. Gettleman's the worst GM in the fucking league besides maybe Howie Roseman, and he's got to go. I don't understand. Fuck Saquon going. It's got to be Gettleman. Gettleman's got to go, and I just love seeing it, though, because the Giants are just getting worse and worse, and, it really breaks my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, and I agree with you. If that's your argument, I agree. Gettleman has to go. A fair statement would be Odell's look like shit now. Olivier Vernon has done shit. Those are all fair statements. But taking a running back, trading for a safety, going after Daniel Jones, all these moves, bonehead, bogus moves. I 100% agree with you. I do think Saquon should be moved, though. The guy can't stay available. He can't stay healthy. He can't get on the field. People might take a flyer on him and say, "Hey, here's a 3rd-round pick for him." You might get something.
But again, you're trading a transcendental fucking talent. You took 2nd overall for a 3rd-round pick, and now your fans are going to turn against you. It's just a terrible move.
I agree with you, but you get a new GM in there, he's probably going to rip that whole roster apart.
As he should. I mean, I'm just saying this is more about Gettleman than Saquon or anybody else. Now, Scotty, baby, after week 6, we both agreed on some things. And I'd say that some things we were dead on balls accurate with, and some things we were out of our fucking tits. So here we go, baby. You want to know the things? We had 4 things that we were dead on balls accurate about together. You want to hear it?
Of course.
All right, number 1. What did we tell you about the Jacksonville Jaguars? The Jacksonville Jaguars got their first fucking win in London against the fucking Miami Dolphins, who were in a fucking tailspin. I can't even go into how bad they're doing, but what did we tell you? We didn't tell you that Jacksonville was going to cover the 3 points and lose. We told you they were going to win the fucking game outright, and that's what they did.
Yeah, so I'm going to get into this a little bit more later. I got some questions about it, but I think Trevor Lawrence he's taking that next step. I think he's ready to rock. That's what I'm thinking.
I completely agree with you, and I think they're going to be all right. Urban Meyer still fucking shaky. I don't know if he comes back next year, but Jacksonville with their first win in Miami.
Your boy Tua, by the way, looking great.
Oh, yeah. Who told you that? Interesting. So we'll keep track of that all year. Now, the Green Bay Packers, they kicked the shit out of the Chicago Bears, and that rushing touchdown at the end by Aaron Rodgers with the beautiful pump fake, and he re-debuted the fucking discount double check in the corner of the end zone.
I know, it's been a while since we've seen that, right?
Big time.
I haven't seen that in a while.
A long time. I was like, what's he saying to these people? I'm watching it, and these people are fucking flipping him off, and he's saying, I thought he kept saying, I love you. I still love you. Like, I thought he was being all, California. I thought he was being,
He said the opposite of that, actually.
Yes, he did.
He said, I fucking own you.
Yes.
And I still own you.
I still own you, and that's all he kept saying. The cockiest motherfucker. Now, granted, if I'm getting flipped off in a visiting stadium, will I have choice words for the fans? Probably. But it just goes to show you, man, Aaron Rodgers is such a fucking phony. He's such a softy on the outside. He's all about, California, and we just have to stop talking and just start doing. He's the biggest talker in the fucking league. Fuck that guy. But we told you, -6, they kicked the shit out of Chicago. Justin Fields has got to hope that Matt Nagy gets fired.
Justin Fields actually looking better and better, though. I got to be honest with you. Matt Nagy's trash, and I think think Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are for real contenders this year, unlike your thoughts on that.
Well, they won't win. Yeah, he's making over 12%. But maybe they'll make a nice playoff run. Now, speaking of a nice playoff run, how about the Los Angeles Rams, Scotty? They go into MetLife Stadium, kick the shit out of the Giants. Like we told you, they were 10-point favorites. They fucking crushed the Giants. And, man, with Darrell Henderson running the ball like he's running, with McVay calling plays for Stafford like he's been calling now, this is more of an indictment here on the Giants. They're a big fucking mess, and Joe Judge, I think, has got to go in season. I think they got to make a change here, or they just have to realize that at the end of the season, everybody's got to go, and maybe Mr. Clapp's the answer.
Mr. Clapp is not the answer. First off, Mr. Clapp is definitely not the answer.
He's never the answer.
I think you know that.
Never the answer.
I agree with you, though. Joe Judge has got to go now. I mean, I was one of his biggest supporters, man. I liked him. I thought he was going to do something. I thought the Giants were going to do something. This whole team needs to be fucking stripped down and fucking remodeled is what it needs to do. It needs a new quarterback, needs a new running back, needs a new coach, needs a new GM, needs a new offensive line.
Yes.
I mean, the only thing I would leave right now is probably the fucking wide receivers, and you still need one more of them.
Yeah, we'll get into that during the season as far as who would fit best. You have proclaimed that Russell Wilson's going to be the quarterback, so
yeah,
that's going to need some type
done
of
deal in my mind.
You're going to need some type of ballsy GM to do that, and you're going to need some type of unbelievable head coach to be coaching there. So we'll see about that. But Scotty, the other dead on balls accurate game was my Dallas Cowboys. We were both on the bandwagon that they were going to beat the Patriots by, of course, more than 3. Got a little shaky there, but at the end,
oh boy,
another 30-point game for the Cowboys.
I got some things to talk about. I got some questions and some things to bring up with the Cowboys in one of our new segments later as well. I mean, this team, I'll tell you right, holy shit, this team is hot.
I can't wait. 6-0 against the spread, ladies and gentlemen. They're going on their bye week. They're 5-1, 6-0 against the spread, and now it's every single game that they've played except that Tampa Bay game, which they had 29 points. They score 30 points a fucking game. This team looks unbelievable. Trayvon Diggs, 7 picks in 6 games. Hello. But we're going to go to now the out of our tits point of our segment here. This is 3 games that we were both on and both completely fucking wrong. Holy shit, Scotty. What are we doing taking the Texans? The Texans get murdered on the road in Indianapolis. Carson Wentz was made to look like fucking Tom Brady against this Houston Texan team. And I believe that they're going to be the opposite now of the Detroit Lions. I think they're now going to start thinking about what golf courses they're going to go to at the end of the season. I really believe that they're not going to play hard the rest of the season. So we definitely got to be off of the Houston playing hard bandwagon.
Yeah, I think they're kind of getting to that point, but I don't know. They still might have some fight in them. I think the problem is Davis Mills has just been awful. He's been terrible. Yeah. Like, do they have any chance of Tyrod Taylor or Tyrod Taylor or whatever the fuck you want to call him coming back? Is there any opportunity of that?
Yeah, the Tyrod is going to come back soon. They don't know whether it's week 7 or week 8, but he's going to come back soon. They need him. Davis Mills' only game that he's played that looked any decent was against New England. But yeah, Houston is definitely off the rails, I think, for the rest of the season. Now, this was the shocker of the fucking week, Scotty. The Chargers got fucking blasted on the road in Baltimore. And maybe we should have saw this coming. You got to realize that they just fucking came off that big win against Kansas City.
West Coast going to East Coast.
They came off the big win against Cleveland. And then now they're going to the East Coast early against Baltimore. They were just shot their load in the past 2 games, and Baltimore is feeling it right now. Lamar Jackson's the most underrated quarterback in the league. And,
please.
I just think the Chargers will be fine, especially going on the bye week, but they got fucking murdered by Baltimore. John Harbaugh, again, like I've said, coach of the year, absolutely.
100% agree with that. He is by far the coach of the year. If there's anyone else even close to him in the fucking voting, it's fixed. I'll tell you that right now, because there's no way this team is, what are they, 5-1?
They're 5-1.
How the fuck are they 5-1?
Exactly.
How?
Exactly. So 2 guys, Lamar and fucking John Harbaugh for sure. And then this game last night, man. This game last night to me was WWE all over it. The Buffalo Bills, 6-point favorites in Tennessee. Tennessee wins the game outright. Derrick Henry ran for, I think, 3,700 yards last night. It's nice to run when you got receivers blocking guys in the back down the field. Holding calls called against your offense when, with Buffalo, where you can call holding every fucking play if you want. And some shoddy-ass play calling at the end of the game by the Bills. So Very WWE
Dude.
last night. So
Dude, I understand he's a monster. I understand. Which let me get this out of the way real quick. Now that we're on this topic, real quick, I need to apologize to Brandon Leday and any other Alabama fan that I've ever questioned Alabama running backs. By the way, because you got Derrick Henry and Najee Harris right now.
oh, what,
tearing
the
up
2 out of fucking 10?
I don't care, man. I don't care, man. That's enough for me in the last fucking 10 years. And they're both not that far off from each other. Dude, Derrick Henry, I thought this guy was going to fall off by now. He hasn't fallen off. But explain this to me. 3 years now of him dominating as a running back. How the fuck can nobody stop him? Literally.
Do you know why?
Just stop Derrick Henry. This guy's running from the 30-yard line into fucking the end zone. Why can't anybody stop him? Why?
Well, speaking of the WWE, remember Batista?
Yeah.
It's like Batista with pads on that can run a 4.3. Like you're not gonna fucking tackle this
I get
guy.
it, but
in the
we're gonna
fourth
act
quarter
like
especially.
nobody. We're gonna act like nobody on the defense is a big boy. We're gonna act nobody on the defense is a monster.
Dude.
We're gonna act like nobody on the defense. There's 11 of them, bro. Put 4 guys on them.
Yeah, well, it's and it's funny. The stats completely play it out to where he gets stronger and stronger and stronger throughout the game. Of course, he averages his most carries and most yards in the second half, and he is a
What
fucking
the
stud.
fuck?
But I will tell you, we love Brandon. We love everybody who goes to Alabama in the family and friends that we know. But bro, it still hasn't panned out. Mac Jones is still up in the air, and honestly, Derrick Henry is probably the best running back we've seen in 20 years. Najee Harris is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. But 2 out of the past, 10 or 12 running backs in the past 20 years, no. I'm not giving Alabama a pass for that. So that's where we were out of our tits, Scotty. I don't want to go into this Buffalo game too much because I'll get fucking riled up. We got to love football. We got to love watching it, but oh, man, when there's extenuating circumstances that get in the way of a good football game and all that shit, I can't stand it. But, Scotty, here we go. This is the chance for you to debut your new fucking segment here. I want you to tell the listeners what's going on.
Yeah. So Dr. Tomas gave me a great idea. It's called KICKIN or STICKIN. And what we're
Kicking
gonna
and
do is
sticking.
I'm gonna tell you a thought of mine, and you tell me if you're sticking with it or if you completely think I'm crazy and out of my tits and you're kicking.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Man, I loved
So-
back in the day when we were fucking playing football outside.
Yeah, we're a little reminiscent of the backyard football,
Love it.
And that's all I got. So that's
All
what
right.
that's what I'm referring to.
All right, feed me.
So, number 1 here. I know we kind of touched on it a little bit. But are you kicking or sticking that after their first win, Jacksonville now continues to get some wins under their belt and end up with maybe not a great record, but becoming a decent team by the end of the year?
No, I think I'm kicking that, baby. I don't like this Jaguars team overall. I think it was the fact that they had a fucking Dolphins team that was absolutely abysmal. I didn't like Tua, like I told you, from the get-go, knowing that he was coming back.
So you think Tua lost it more than Lawrence and the Jags won it?
Absolutely. And I don't know
Okay.
what the fuck is
Okay.
going on with Brian Flores. I don't know. That team is in desperate need of a quarterback that can play the fucking game, and they should go get Mr. Masseuse right now.
All right. Kicking or sticking? Does more come out with the whole Daniel Snyder investigation, or is it going to be put to bed now by the NFL after the Gruden emails leaked? Are you kicking or sticking that more does come out?
I'm kicking that because I believe the NFL is going to try to cover up as much shit as possible to not make them look like shit. And
What are you talking about? It's not like they ever burned videos of fucking
no,
cheating,
yeah,
or it's not like this whole investigation was done verbally, so that there was no evidence. They didn't do anything like that.
No,
what are you talking about?
There's no way they did that. There's no way they dropped the final fucking verdict on July 2nd when everybody's going to fucking July 4th weekend, and they said, we're gonna fine him $10 million. That's it.
It's a symbol, Sonny. Fucking Gruden sleeping with the fishes.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Gruden's slip of the fishes. He's the bad guy, and the NFL's still the good guy.
I disagree with you. I think in this day and age, people are going to be leaking shit. There could be hackers. There could be payoffs.
There could be
journalists.
Schefters.
Whatever is gonna happen. I think something else leaks about somebody, and it'll probably be in the favor of some kind of bullshit, like, oh, this coach sucks or this GM sucks, and oh, well, look at this. There's emails coming out. I think there's going to be something on the 657 or 650,000 emails, however many there were.
All I'll say is you're going to tell me
I don't
that
think it's done. I think it's tip of the iceberg, my friend.
You're going to tell me the shit that Gruden said in these emails, the fucking tens of emails that they found from him. You're going to tell me that in the 650,000 emails that they found, that there was nothing that said anything about
100%.
We're not hiring a black coach. We're not bringing Kaepernick into the league. We should get rid of Eric Reed. We could do all this other shit. Let's make a second anthem. Bro, it's there. The NFL's not going to let it come out. Simple as that. Simple as that. So I'm kicking it all the way.
Kicking or sticking. My belief after this Sunday, and maybe it's a knee-jerk reaction, but my belief is the Chargers are no longer Super Bowl contenders because of their run-stopping issue. They can't stop the run. So because of that, I feel like they're out of the running until they can fix that, which I don't think it happens this year.
I'm kicking just because I believe that
your leg's getting sore over there, bro.
The only issue, I'm telling you, I gotta chase the fucking tee down the field because I keep kicking that too. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you what. I think the fact that their offense was sputtering big time against Baltimore, which is not gonna happen every game. I think that's the biggest issue. They have to get a lead. They have to be close. I think that makes them a powerful team. They don't have to fucking worry about stop and run. If they can get the lead, the other team's not going to run the ball as much. So they just got in a bad way against Baltimore. Baltimore was hot, and the Chargers finally were cold after, fucking 6 weeks. So, no, I'm completely kicking out. I think the Chargers will be just fine. I think the only thing they have to worry about is Brandon Staley's fucking balls, I think, are a little too big for this team. It's so amazing. Anthony Lynn was the reverse. Anthony Lynn
complete opposite.
had no balls, and fucking Staley's got too big a ball, so they got to find a middle ground there.
Next, kicking or sticking, Baker, to me, is not only done in Cleveland, but he's missed the boat on his payday.
I mean, oh, man, this is finally you got me to stick. Finally, this is it. This is the sticking point.
I figured this would be one for
This is the sticking point. I'll get into this later with my what I tell you. But this is sticking all the way.
My opinion is I saw him go down, and I felt bad because I'm like, dude, this kid's career could be over. And I don't mean career as in he'll never play again. I mean career as in he could be like another Geno Smith or something. Like he could be a fucking or Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is probably a better example. Yep. Mm-hmm. He'll probably end up bouncing team to team, maybe get a couple starts, but mostly be like a backup. And then in a couple years, he might resurface on a team like the Broncos, like how fucking Teddy is right now. But still, it might be a little too late. I don't think he's ever going to get a payday now. Dude, he's got injuries. He can't win with this team. He can't win with the run game. He can't play with Odell Beckham. Which, who knows? Maybe it's Odell Beckham Jr. But it is not a good look for him right now. And I kind of feel bad. He's a tough motherfucker coming back in there after both injuries.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think you hit it right on the head with Teddy B.
It was a bad timing for him to get banged up like this.
Yeah, I think you said it. It was perfect with Teddy B. Teddy B never got paid after his first deal. And I think Baker's,
I forgot too. Teddy B. It happened when he got injured too.
Yeah,
because he was trending towards that in Minnesota, and then they're like, "Nope, we're done."
Then his fucking knee exploded in practice, and he didn't get paid. So yeah, I think it could be similar. I think Cleveland, definitely is in fucking trouble, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Your boy Trayvon Diggs.
Oh,
he's got
baby.
7 interceptions, right?
In
6 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think the greatest fucking start in NFL history. I believe it's like he's the
tied
first person to have an interception every game. Is he tied?
He's
tied. I didn't realize it was anyone else that did that.
7 picks in 6 games. The first or an interception in the first 6 games. He's tied the record. If he can get one more in week 8, since they're off this week, it'll be a record.
So Night Train Lane in 1952 has the single season record for 14 interceptions in a single season. I don't think he'll get it. You kicking or sticking?
No. I think the way that he's going. So last year, Xavier Howard had 10. It's tough to get double-digit interceptions right now, for sure. But this fucking guy is a ball hawk to the nth degree. Stephon Diggs, fantastic, his brother. They both got 2 touchdowns now this season. He's a receiver, though. Trayvon Diggs is a fucking corner.
Trayvon Diggs is catching more balls than Stephon Diggs right now. I'm telling you that right now with the fuck where my fantasy's going.
He has magnets. He did pretty well last night, Diggs. He has magnets in his gloves, and and it's not illegal like some guys are using. But I think the fact that Diggs has got 7 now in the first 6 weeks, and he's going to need, like you said, 7 more in the next 11 games.
He's got a little more time than guys in the past. I'll say that. That's even more impressive. 1952, there probably was only there was probably 13 games.
Sure.
Jesus
Sure.
Christ.
No, I know it is fantastic, but I will say I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm
Also
going to say
a lot worse quarterbacks though then too.
Yeah, I'm going to say he gets 14. I'm going to say he gets 14 and he ties.
You
it.
think so? You're saying he's going to tie it? You're not going to break it.
My
so
fucking
you're
leg.
Sticking.
I need ice. I need some ice over here because my fucking.
I said he wasn't going to break it, so you're technically sticking if you say he's going to tie it.
Well, get your question straight here. I don't understand where we're fucking going with the kicking or sticking. I got an icy fucking quad. I got to rest it. I got to ice it. What do I got to do?
Look, it's 14's the number. I'm saying he won't get 15. Are you kicking or you sticking?
He won't get 15. I got to stick because I'm going to say he's going to get 14. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so he ties the record. And just so you know, I'm just looking at this right now. It looks like in the modern era, 10's been like the most. You got like Champ Bailey, Xavier Howard, Antonio Cromartie. All these guys got 10, a couple other ones.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else above that. But that's incredible, the fact that he's already got fucking 7.
Well, here's where he's got, and let's not go into this too deep, but he's got the advantage over, say, a Howard or a Sherman or a fucking Champ Bailey, someone like that, a Revis. It was already predetermined in the fucking game plan that we're staying away from this guy. We can't fucking go over to this side. Let's just fucking go to the other side of the field. Let's figure something out.
He hasn't earned that.
Diggs doesn't have that because he can get beat. And guys,
so they're going after
go
him.
To him. Yeah, and
good,
he loves ball hawking. So that's why I think he's got a chance because these fucking teams aren't yet saying we can't go to this guy. Because to be honest with you, I'd go after him too. Because is it a 50-50 shot that he's going to pick the ball off? It is. But there's also a 50% chance you get a fucking long touchdown too. So I would go after this guy for sure. That's why he's going to be in the mix. I think he gets 14 picks. He's a fucking fantastic player, and this is where it goes to show you that if you can draft well, your teams are going to be better in probably the top echelon of the league because it's such an advantage when you draft better. You cannot build a team through free agency in the NFL nowadays. You can't do it.
All right. Ready for this one?
Oh, yeah. My fucking quad's a little fucking icy.
Yeah, it's gonna get more sore after this one, I'm sure. Kicking or sticking, I say the Chiefs will fix their defense. Wait. Not make it like a top 10 defense or anything like that, but do something to where it's a bend, don't break defense compared to the first half of this season or the first 6 games of the season where they might be the worst defense in the fucking league.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call between them and Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's defense is so bad. That's what made that Bills loss last night even worse. Well, let's just peruse this schedule real quick. Over the next, the course of the 11 remaining games for them, they got a Titans offense, they got a Giants offense, a Broncos offense.
It's already sounding better.
They have a terrible Steelers offense. And a Broncos
sounding better already.
And a Broncos offense again. So, and the other half of those games are potent offenses. So, I would say over the next 11 games, they're going to have a better defensive effort. Probably 5 of those games, but they make these teams look great. I mean, Philly is an offense that I wouldn't say is a juggernaut. The Chiefs made them look like a juggernaut. So, I don't know. We all know Washington's in shambles. Heineke is not probably a starting quarterback at this level right now, just based on consistency. So, of course, they had their best defensive outing against him. But, no, I'm kicking, and my fucking quad is on fire.
Well, your leg might get some rest on this one because, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it. But I'm telling you this right now. I was watching that Cowboys-Patriots game intently, and I thought it was a hell of a game.
Hell of a game.
And I don't want to compare anything to the New York Jets because they're awful. But the few years that we've been good, 98, 2009, 2010, I remember very vividly those seasons, obviously, because we were okay. And during those seasons, there's something I noticed that the Cowboys did against the Patriots. And it was those games where your team didn't quite show up. You really should have lost, but you still found a fucking way to win. Something happened where you still won. The Cowboys showed me that time and time again. They did it again against the Patriots. And with that being said, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but are you kicking or sticking? I think the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL.
Has anybody got a foam roller? Has anybody got any fucking icy hot? Holy shit. Listen, it'd be easy for me, Mr. Homer over here, to fucking say the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL. But right now, as we speak, I'm going to go and procure my tea. Go put my tea right in the ground here. Okay, boom. Let me set the ball up again. All right, let me take my 3 steps back, my 2 steps to the side.
Just gotta get you fucking some golf clubs over there. You're gonna switch sports.
I'm gonna put my fucking arm up, my one finger up, and I'm gonna start running up to the ball and kick this fucking thing to the curb. They're not the best team in the NFL. The reason why, I'll give you the reason why they're not the best team in the NFL. It's their fucking head coach. I can't trust this head coach. I can't trust McCarthy to absolutely be the backbone of the team, making the best decisions in the best times, the best decisions in the worst of times. You have to rely on your head coach to be the fucking backbone of your team, and he is the absolute armpit of our fucking team. He's got to go. It's obvious why they hired him. He's just the guy that's not going to get in the way of Jerry and Steven. We have Dan Quinn, who has revamped that fucking defense. I don't like him as a head coach, but he's a fucking awesome, perfect defensive coordinator. Kellen Moore, looking like the 11-year-old that he is a fantastic offensive coordinator. I don't think he's a head coach, but some team will fucking bite on him next year. We'll lose him. But Mike McCarthy is a fucking joke. His time management's awful. He reminds me of Herm Edwards. He really does. But at least Herm had the motivation. Herm had the ability to bring people together. He had the ability to say, yeah, that's our fucking coach. Like, let's go play for that guy. McCarthy's a fucking joke. And you can't tell me what he does. What does he do? He's not a motivator. He's not a analytics guy. He's not a fucking clock manager. He's nothing. He's just there. And the sad thing is this is more of an indictment on fucking Mr. Clapp, Jason Garrett, because McCarthy's doing nothing with basically the same team, a different defensive coordinator, a couple different defensive pieces, of course, but we've had a lot more talent before. I don't know, man. I'm going to kick that for sure. I don't think they're the best team in the league right now, but I like where they're going, and they're fucking pleasantly surprising me, which is great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to tell you this right now. Dak looks like an MVP candidate.
Unbelievable.
Your run game is looking solid. Your defense is looking great.
The line is back. The offensive
line looks great. Yeah. You literally have, when I think of a team, I understand the coaching is important, but when I think of a team that's going to be a contender or the best team in the NFL, I think of a team that has the defense that has a top 10 and a team that has a top 10 or top 7 offense, which you for sure have now.
We're the best offense in the league right now, yeah.
Best offense in the league and one of the top 10 defense. Like teams like the Packers, they don't have a great defense. Nope. Teams like the Chiefs, terrible defense. The Chargers,
Tampa Bay, terrible defense.
They're probably the closest, but Chargers can't stop the run. Tampa Bay is not great. Like, you're the only team, you're the most balanced team right now that's performing.
I would say that's not named the Arizona Cardinals, yes.
The only 2 teams I think are in the mix, in my opinion, are the Cardinals. I don't know what it is. I just don't trust the Cardinals. And the Rams. And the problem is, I don't trust Stafford. So that, to me, why I say, okay, I'm going with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Because I trust Dak. And honestly, I think Zeke, playoff time, will push forward. I think Pollard's a stud. CeeDee Lamb, this kid fucking balls, man. When the light is shining brightest, this kid's like, throw me the fucking ball. So I don't know, man. And honestly, fucking Diggs is fucking. I forget Parsons is on the team because Diggs is fucking the best corner in the league right now.
And you forget DeMarcus Lawrence is out. You forget Randy Gregory's a fucking stud.
You got guys. That's what I was gonna say too. You guys coming back.
Yeah.
You got guys coming back. And look, I know you don't have a lot of cap room, and you might have damn near no cap room, but I don't put it past Jerry either. If there's somebody out there, he goes grab somebody else. Yeah. You might see a fucking
Marcus
random
May?
pickup. Dude, I wouldn't even be shocked, man. I wouldn't be shocked if Jerry got a guy like that on a 1-year deal, even if he couldn't pay him next year.
Yep.
Send a 3rd-round pick for a fucking guy like that.
Yeah. Well, watch this guy Whitney Merciless. He just got drafted by the Houston Texans. I can see them bringing him in as well, and that would be nice for that pass rush. But here's the thing: those teams you talked about, the Cardinals and the Rams, Sean McVay, Cliff Kingsbury, good coaches. I don't see Jimmy Johnson coming back in the room. I don't see fucking Barry Switzer coming back. I don't see fucking Bill Parcells coming back. I don't see Tom Landry coming back. So that's the issue is Mike McCarthy. I don't trust him in the playoffs. I would take Arizona. I would probably even take the Rams in the playoffs over this Cowboys team because of McCarthy. I think he's going to kill us in the end. I thought it would have been Dak, but this year it's not, baby. So far, he's like you said, I believe if it's not Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott's the MVP of the league.
I'm sorry. I missed everything you said. I blacked out because I thought I heard you say Sean McVay is a good coach, and I just fainted. I didn't know what happened after that.
When we're talking about Mike McCarthy, holy shit. I'd take McVay in a fucking heartbeat over this fucking guy. But
all right, well, that's my kicking and sticking. I guess I got to find out. Brandon Staley would not be happy with you. Let's just say that.
No, he wouldn't.
Kicked every fucking chance you got.
Well, he needs a fucking ice bath like me for his big old balls. But my fucking quad and my hammy and my glute are about to fall off here with all the kicking I've been fucking doing. So, but that was fun. I like that. I think we got to make that a weekly segment. I love it, Scotty. I'm going to drop a segment that hopefully now we can do on an every week basis as well. And it's What I Tell You. Scotty, we all know that fucking phrase from our longtime friendship. What I Tell You. Well, I got a couple What I Tell Yous this week. Folks, I told you 5 things that completely panned out over this weekend. And Scotty, you're lumped in with the folks because I told you this and you didn't want to fucking get on my bandwagon. And I got to talk about it. Let's first of all...
If you bring up the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm fucking out of here.
4-2. They're for real. The Cincinnati Bengals are for real. 4-2. They go into Detroit and absolutely bend over the Detroit Lions. I don't want to really go into Cincinnati because I know you can't stand them. I know you don't understand they're going to make the playoffs.
It's not that I can't stand them. I'm shocked they're even 4-2.
Well,
honestly,
you shouldn't be because I'm telling you it's going to happen. And get on the bandwagon. Cincinnati is making the playoffs. And if Baltimore has any hiccups, this team is going to win the division. Okay? I'm telling you right now. Get on the fucking Bengals bandwagon. Now, let's go to the other team, though. The Detroit Lions. They are fucked. They are absolutely fucked. Dan Campbell's crying one week, then the next week he calls out his quarterback and his team. You think that Jared Goff going back to L.A. for the game against the Rams this week we're thinking Goff's got to fucking come back. This is going to be Goff's best game. He's going to go against the Rams, prove fucking McVay wrong, prove everybody wrong, and yet now you got Dan Campbell calling him out in the fucking post-game presser? Nah. They're going to get fucking murdered by the Rams. McVay is saying all this nice shit about how, fucking I wish everything went better and blah, blah, blah. Stafford's going to hang 30 on Detroit minimum. And Dan Campbell's going to be fucking, what's he going to be doing at the fucking presser next week? I don't know. But Detroit's in fucking big trouble. Number 2, your boy, Sammy D, is a fucking liability. You want to talk about Teddy B? Sammy D is going to be the next Teddy B. What team is Sammy D going to play for next year? Because he's still seeing ghosts. That game shouldn't have even been close. He had fucking like 80 yards and 2 picks and a fumble in the fucking going into the third quarter against the fucking Minnesota Vikings. Give me a break.
His numbers are down like dramatically without Christian McCaffrey in there.
He is not
dramatically.
You take a quarterback 3rd overall, and I understand it was the Jets, but he was the consensus number 1. I think if there was another fucking team besides maybe Cleveland, he's going number 1 that year, not Baker Mayfield. But he was the consensus number 1. You take a guy like that, he is transcendental. He's got to be the guy regardless of who the fuck's around. It's not like Carolina has a bunch of fucking scrubs on it either. I mean, give me a break. It's almost the reverse. Sammy D is a liability. He is not, I would say, even in the top 25 quarterbacks in the league. He is a bottom-tier starter who needs a shit ton around him. And finally, we're seeing it because this was his chance. He's done. He's done as far as, oh, yeah, he could be the fucking savior and blah, blah, blah. I think, like I told you
Yeah,
last week,
I think you might be right.
Carolina's going after Watson, I think, next, and it's going to be the race. Who wants Watson? Is it the Eagles? Is it the Panthers? Or is it the Dolphins? Who's going to get him? So
I think Eagles are out. Didn't he say he doesn't want to go to the
he
Eagles?
doesn't want to go to Philly, but hey,
But
I
I think
got to
he's got a
imagine
no
he's gotta
trade.
play.
I think he's got a no trade clause though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying these are the teams that have the pieces to go get him. And again, if I'm Washington, I go get Watson right now. But Minnesota, we are off the train, and we should still be off the train because they're not playing up to their potential. This team is studly all around. But I do think they still have the puncher's chance to get to the playoffs because of the way the NFC is playing. Number 3, to piggyback off of the kicking and sticking with the Arizona Cardinals, I think the Arizona Cardinals are the best team in the league, and they're the most consistent as well. I still stand by my 2015 Carolina Panthers stance. I think they're going to be somewhere around 15-2, maybe even 16-1, and they're going to get to the playoffs and crap out because Kyler Murray can be beaten. It just depends on what defense he's playing. And they are, as we call them, the Oldenals, so, I mean, they do have an older team. But I called that Arizona was going to cover in Cleveland, and they beat the shit out of the Cleveland Browns. Ooh, talk about the Browns and the Baker Mayfield show. It's over. It is donezo.
I don't even think it's about. I mean, yeah, it's over. I think you're right, and I'm disappointed because this team's so good. You think they'd be in the mix, but I think this whole game, that game was more about the Cardinals. I can't believe what this team's doing. I mean, I know they got a fiery, outstanding offense with all these guys because A.J. Green's playing great. They just got Zach Ertz. They got Hopkins. I mean, Kirk, Rondale Moore. I mean, they got pieces. Don't get me wrong. But, dude, Kyler Murray's balling, and this defense is playing great. I mean, the team's all around on fire. I'm shocked, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's going to continue. And like I said, it's people said about the 15 Panthers was, oh my God, this is such a fucking fantastic team, and how can it be beaten and blah, blah, blah. It can be beaten by a great fucking defense and someone to rattle fucking the cage of the quarterback. I think it's coming. It's coming, but maybe not during the season, but it's definitely coming. And Kyler's not a great come-from-behind player. I think he's a front runner, so we'll see. But Cleveland is definitely done. Number 4. The Las Vegas Raiders with the rebound against the Denver Broncos, and Rich Bisaccia fucking led this team, like I said, go into Denver and beat a team that is not very exciting. And now they're tied for the division lead, these Raiders, and they're going to be just fine. Again, I think Gruden was not such a big piece to this team, but everybody was on the Broncos' balls saying that they were going to beat the Raiders and all that. The Raiders went in there and owned their asses. The Denver Broncos are 0-3 the past 3 games, like I said they would be as well. And I think Vic Fangio and Teddy B will not be on the Denver Broncos in 2022.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I mean, we talked about it. I told you, I think this team is going to start hot and then fizzle out once everyone started sucking them off. So I'm not shocked here. Yeah, I don't know about the Raiders, though, man. I really am still not sold on Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a top, he's a top 15, top 16 quarterback in the NFL, I believe. But he does kind of, I don't want to compare him to Sam Darnold, but he has that feeling like if things aren't going well around him, he's not the guy that's going to lead or elevate his team like you believe or a lot of other people believe. I just feel like he's not. I feel like he can lose these games too. Like I feel like this record of theirs could be completely flip-flopped and they could be in the basement right now.
You think they're Fugazi?
I think the Raiders are Fugazi. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it because I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I don't trust the Raiders. I really don't.
All right, the Raiders and Derek Carr, Fugazi. I'm not going to go that far, and I'd take Carr probably top 12. But Denver is definitely Fugazi, and
you got fucking Patrick Mahomes as like the 33rd quarterback though. So
I think he's number 8. So I mean, so whatever. And now number 5, ladies and gentlemen, Seattle on Sunday night battled. They fucking battled and scrapped.
What a game. What a fucking
With
game.
With Geno Smith, like I said, covering the 5 points. They should have won this fucking game, but they did cover, like I said.
You thought Geno was going to win. I told you Geno
I said they should have
was
won,
trash.
But I told you Geno plus 5.
Who lost that game?
I told you plus 5.
Your boy Geno Smith lost that game.
Yeah, you know what he did? Yeah, did he come up in a pocket and fucking T.J. Watt stripped him? Yes, he did in overtime, but...
The fuck is T.J. Watt, man? He's making me look foolish too, man. This kid was everywhere.
I thought about that during the game. I thought about this is Scotty's boy.
Shit. This guy was fucking everywhere, blocking. He blocked like 2 passes. He had like 2 strips, sacks, tackles.
Yeah. Now again, like you said, I mean, it's Geno and it's the Seattle offensive line, but still, T.J. Watt is a fucking monster. I still don't think he's the best defensive player in the league like everybody does, but yeah, he played like a monster for sure.
I'm with you on that. I don't think he is either, but he was a complete difference maker, 100%. He's definitely a top 5, 10 in the league. I'll tell you that.
Pittsburgh, though, holy shit, these Steelers, they got to move on from that coordinator, Matt Canada, man. This ain't working. This offense is dreadful. You got Najee fucking Harris, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Eric Ebron, Pat Freiermuth, and you can't make this shit work? They're the most boring offense in the league, conservative offense, and they have a Ben Roethlisberger at 39 years old playing his worst football. Canada's got to go. They got to figure out a different offense.
They definitely got to get a new quarterback.
Because they're wasting this defense.
What if, look, they're not going to go after Watson. I told you, this franchise is too prideful to do that.
They're going to get Rodgers.
But what if they went after like Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
They're going to get Rodgers.
It would be incredible.
Yeah, Rodgers will be a Steelers quarterback next year.
I don't know about that, but that would be incredible if it was.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Because like you said, Watson's out. And I don't think Wilson is on the move as much as you do. But
I do. But I want to say this, too. I got to thank the Steelers because every game these fucking Seahawks lose, great for the Jets. We got their first-round pick, baby.
Yes. So
we're about to have 2 fucking top 5 picks of this fucking draft.
And with a Dr. Tomas special, speaking of first-round picks, I don't know what Indianapolis is doing. If Indianapolis has Carson Wentz on the field for 75% of the snaps this year, their first-round pick goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. What I would do is if, they're 2-4 now, are they fucking making a move in this soft-ass division? Maybe. But you got Tennessee who just won last night 4-2. They're going to win this division. I know they will. If I'm Indy, halfway through the season, I start playing my backup because I am not sending my first-round pick to Philadelphia just to play Carson Wentz for the season.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think they got a shot. So with that being said, you got to save that pick. You got to go. You got to rebuild, especially because your team, not rebuild, but your team is almost ready to go. You just need a quarterback. So you can even use that pick to go get somebody else, even in free agency. Like, I agree with you. Just fucking bench this guy and just see what you got in your backups and then save that pick.
Absolutely. So that was what I tell you. That's the fucking segment that hopefully I have more of every week because I like when I'm right.
That's probably the only time you're going to have that segment.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the only time that I'm going to be able to fucking walk because I got no fucking right leg over here. But now here's the deal. For the past couple weeks, like I told the folks, we haven't picked the Thursday night game. Thursday night, I think we got to get back to it right now. The Thursday night game is Cleveland and Denver. Cleveland is home hosting the Broncos. Cleveland is a 3.5-point favorite. With all the shit that's now coming out about Cleveland, that Baker may not play, Chubby and now Kareem Hunt are out. Even though I told everybody, Denver's going to be 0-4 after the 3-0 start. I don't know, man. I like this Denver defense to, stop a Case Keenum, especially if Baker doesn't play, and who will run the ball for Cleveland. And if you put it all on Baker, especially with a fucked up shoulder, it ain't going to happen. So I'm leaning here Denver plus 3.5.
Yeah, I might agree with you because I don't know if I trust a Demetric Felton. I don't know who the fuck that is, but that's their third string running back. And I like Case Keenum as a backup. He's pretty solid. He might actually keep the game interesting, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. You know what I will say, though? It's going to be very interesting if Case Keenum comes in there and Odell Beckham has a good game.
Yeah, that could be. That's a good point. And I guarantee you he'd force-feed OBJ for sure. But don't sleep on Demetric Felton. Now, Dearness Johnson from South Florida is going to be probably their first and second down back if Chubby and Hunt's
Who the fuck is Demetric Felton?
Demetric Felton's a fucking wide receiver who's a little slot guy, like a 5'8" receiver from UCLA that they drafted, and they converted him to running back. Every time this guy's touched the fucking ball this year, he looks like a mini little fucking Tyreek Hill too. So
he's like a Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, he's like a scat back, not a fucking 6'3" guy. He's a shorter guy, but yeah, he's a running back that can easily play slot as well, like a Kenny Gainwell from fucking Philadelphia. But he's more explosive. So we'll see. I hope he gets a lot of playing time because he could be a fantasy stud if Chubby and Hunt still stay out. So. But I'm leaning Denver plus 3.5.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, so that was episode 34, baby. And when we get back at you guys on Saturday for episode 35, our Week 7 picks, I went 9-4 last week. in week 6 and 5-1 against Scotty G. And I don't want to say that out loud. But
Fuck you.
And Scotty, unfortunately, in week 6 went 4-9. So we're gonna hopefully, both of us do well next week in week 7. We'll give you the week 7 picks on Saturday. But you got anything else for us, Scotty boy?
Yeah, I got 2 things. One, if I had to pick a jerk-off of the week, I'm picking Dan Campbell because I don't know how you're going to call out your quarterback. This guy is a new head coach, and he's got this quarterback who's clearly mentally fucked, who just got shipped out of the place that he got shipped out of L.A., sent to Detroit. That's enough mental damage for you.
Ugh.
But then he comes out right before he plays his old team and basically says he needs to step it up. He needs to get better. Holy shit. That's like the number one thing you don't do as a head coach. And then the other thing is, real quick, did you hear about all these parlays that these people had that all they needed was the Bills to win?
No.
Fucking last
No,
night.
go into that.
There was like an 18 parlay. There was an 11 team parlay. There was like 2 or 3 people that had these crazy parlays.
Now
and
tell
all they
me
needed to do-
where'd you get this information?
I hear things, I hear
Okay,
things.
but
things.
you're telling me that 2 people were going to be into Vegas for quite a bit of money, is what you're saying? If the Bills just won the game, right?
Oh man, this is where you're going. This is where you take this information.
This is where I want to take it because we didn't get into it earlier. 32 head coaches in the league. 35 head coaches would kick that field goal at the end of the game to tie the game to take your better team on the road to go into overtime. No. He decided to quarterback sneak with Josh Allen, who literally just fell to his knees after he took the snap, down 3 on like the 5-yard line with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What head coach would you say says it's 4th and 1, we're 3 points down, let's go to overtime? Are you kidding me? I understand if you're on the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. They were on the 5 or 6-yard line, and they went for it, didn't kick the field goal. So you're either going to lose the game or you still have to get in the end zone with 20 seconds left, even if you get the quarterback sneak. Come on.
So you're saying the fix was in.
The fix was fucking in.
The old Joey Namath. The old Joey Namath was
We
was
all
going on,
know
huh?
Super Bowl 3 was completely rigged, and we all know now,
This
especially
fucking guy.
in 2021, the NFL's fucking rigged like crazy. Oh, yeah, let's put fucking betting partners as well. Yeah, that's great. We're partnered with Caesars. We're partnered with DraftKings. Give me a break.
Does everybody see the life I live? Jets get shit on 24/7, and the only bright spot people tell me it's fixed. It's a great life.
I don't
It ain't
want to
easy.
do it to
It ain't
you.
easy being green, bro.
I don't want to do it to you, but I want to kiss you. Oh man, the fix was in, and fucking Bills. But yes, those guys lost out on dough because they needed Buffalo to win, and the NFL says, no. Who are we partnered with? Vegas, baby, not the fans.
That's a stretch, but go stretch your leg out, go ice your leg.
I got to
You're
stretch
playing
big
a
time
kicking
over
next
here.
week, huh?
Oh, God. All right, foam roller over here. Okay, so that's it for episode 34. We will hit you with episode 35 this weekend, and we will give you week 7 picks. But for Scotty G, this is Rocco B saying see you later and sayonara.
Adios.